All right, shalom and good morning, boys. Here, while I'm out here on this beautiful day and enjoying the flock, enjoying the peace and tranquility. It was a lovely Shabbat. Things are well, and I was just out here doing some gardening prep, and I'm going to do a video on that because it's just been the system that I've been able to set up with this Hugo culture has been phenomenal. I mean, I have not been able to or needed to go off the land for anything to build, cultivate, plant, and even harvesting the produce that is going to be produced on this land. And it's just a blessing to be able to see that level of increase and expand and be able to offer these services to others. But what I wanted to talk about was the notion of biblical, ancient Hebrew residual income. And what did that look like? How did we support ourselves? And of course, we were an agricultural people. And, the scriptures always talk about seeking the old paths. And, even in terms of my economics, I've applied a biblical as best as I could, as best as I've been taught, and as best as the research that I have been able to access is, the biblical way of handling wealth, handling sovereignty, handling self-sufficiency. What did we do? We were shepherd people. We're agricultural people. And we tended the flocks. And so this is one of the primary things that I have decided to do personally, is to grow and tend to a flock. And it's not a large flock, but it is a flock nonetheless. And my maximum capacity, which I'll hit definitely in a couple of months, is going to be 40 ewes in a ram, or 1 or 2 rams, but that's what the limit that the land can hold. This is not including their babies, which I have to go through a process. I mean, I already have 10 lamb rams that's going to be going to the butcher in probably by like July, August. I figure I already got one that's ready now, but this is the idea and the notion of being able to always be able to produce because your land is constantly producing, and that is a self-sufficient thing, because this is the way Yah set it up. He said, you shouldn't be in debt to no man to love him. Now, I'm not talking about the notion of, what's the word I'm looking for? You can be on some land, okay? And even with a group of people, you're producing that system of self-sufficiency the way Yah ordered it to be. And so, because, you look at what's going on in this world, and, we clearly see, the transition. However, those who understand these biblical principles and apply them in their lives, they'll be able to weather any storm, because that wisdom was given by Yah. That was given by the Creator himself through his prophets, through his apostles, through his patriarchs. How did they live? How did they deal with situations? Were they dependent on the heathen? Were they going to the heathen for their land? Were they going to the heathen for their buildings? Were they going to the heathen for their electricity and their the things that they needed? Were they doing that, or were they self-sufficient? I would venture to say when we were not in captivity because we disobeyed, we went into captivity because and then we were dependent on them because we wanted to be like them. It's amazing. You look at cities like Atlanta, Georgia, where it's just it's just become Sodom and Gomorrah all over again for dark-skinned people, or African-American people, black people, or Hebrew people, whatever you want to call them. And it's turned into total debauchery, and it's amazing how we're all still there. The camps and assemblies and stuff, and the people that claim that they believe they ain't gonna live this thing, they're not gonna walk this thing out, and it's a sad deal because it's the bondage. It's like we love the things of this world. We love the modern day conveniences of this world. And as a direct result of that, that has put us in this bondage. And, hey, I get we're in, a foreign land. But he even gave us instructions to how we should live when we were in those lands. And so this is why it's so important to understand, because, people complain about money. I don't complain about money. I mean, the idea is because the land produces the land. It's tillable, productive farmland. That's what you want. That's what you want to be investing in, because it's going to be able to yield you a pasture. It's going to be able to yield you a flock. It's going to be able to yield you a garden, way in excess of what you need. And that excess can be sold into the market as it was back then. So shall it be now. So, they sold that stuff back into the market, that excess. And hey, so, I don't even include taxes, because just to sell two, just two out of all of the sheep that I produce in a year, which could be any time, you know what I'm saying? Between 50, at the height, it'll be 120 a year, 120. So, just off this piece of land, 5-month gestation period, the average 2 births, twins. You can see the multiplying effect. This was all off of 4 lambs and a ram. That's what I started off with. No, 3 lambs and a ram. That's what I started off with. So, the solutions are there, but it takes sacrifice. It takes a different thought process. It takes a sacrifice of the old man to walk into that newness of life, and because I've stated again, people can move out, to the country or whatever, but it's the most difficult thing is to take the city that is still in them out of them, and they bring that to this environment, and it's just not going to work. You're not going to be prosperous in that thought process. You have to be transformed through the renewing of your mind, and it will manifest in your life, and that's the key. It's always going to manifest in your life. The abundance or the lack will manifest in your life, and it's clear, it's evident. That's just how it is. So, you can do this. Anybody can do this. You just got to be willing to sacrifice. Yes, anybody can achieve a level of self-sufficiency. Yes, you can do it. You can do it, but it takes sacrifice. You can't just sit back and do nothing. Oh no, you can't. You got to get after it. You got to make it happen. You don't. There's no time for excuses. Look at that little lamb. Look at her. She's just at peace. She's just basking in the sun. She was just an unexpected little one right there. She's a little itty bitty thing. But that is the blessing. That's the increase. Look at that. That is just total peace. Look, listen to this. Listen. Imagine waking up to that on a daily basis. People don't understand it. It ain't free. It's sacrifice. But I'll tell you, you listen to the breeze. You feel the breeze. You feel the sun. It's just peace. Hey man, I have it. I wish I have it. I wish you had it too. It's my hope that you have it. But you got to work and get after it. But all right, I got some prep work to do. Have a safe and blessed day.